Hey y'all, I'm Miss B, and I'm out here as a 7th grade social studies teacher in Louisiana, driving Lyft at 2 a.m. and I'm working 2 jobs just to survive. Okay? So I wrote some notes down. I'm gonna be reading from my notes because I want to make sure that I hit all my topics. Okay? So here's the reality check. After taxes, insurance, union dues, retirement, I'm bringing home less than what you would think, because most teachers average about 30 to 40 starting off. I've been doing this for about 6 years, so I'm a little higher up. I'm not going to tell you exactly what I make, but my biggest thing is that I'm not making what I should make because of all the effort that I'm putting into it, and I know a lot of y'all aren't as well. So why did I pick Lyft over other jobs? The main thing is that it has flexible hours, and I can do it before school, so it doesn't interfere with teaching. Like before, I used to bartend, and I had a job that I would do at nighttime. And so when I would bartend at night, basically the biggest thing that I loved about it is that I was able to interact with adults and other people, and I'm an extrovert with introvert tendencies, and so it allowed me to have that freedom to express how I felt on a regular basis. Because my everyday 9 to 5, I'm dealing with children in the 7th grade, and their ages 11 to 15, depending on if they failed and had to repeat a grade or anything like that. So I'm dealing with hormonal people on a regular basis, and that can be a lot. That can be very overwhelming because I have to put my feelings aside and deal with their feelings, which is okay because I know what I signed up for. But at the same time, I miss talking to adults on a regular basis. So that's why I like jobs that allow me to talk to other people. Another thing is that I don't have a boss breathing down my neck. That, being micromanaged is such a major issue in the world nowadays. A lot of times people get, how do you say this? They get a little bit of power, and with that little bit of power, they don't know how to deal with it. And it can be overwhelming, and it can be frustrating because when they get that little bitty power, they try to take over everybody else instead of managing it and letting them do their job and just go with the flow. So I don't have a boss breathing down my neck. All right. The next thing is I get paid daily and immediately because I have Lyft Direct. And I'm going to talk about that in another video. Lyft Direct is amazing. If you are driving Lyft, you should make sure that you have Lyft Direct, because Lyft Direct allows you to have immediate pay, not just a weekly payout if you don't have Lyft Direct. Immediate, instant pay. And I love that so much. The next thing, what pushed me to start? So July of last year, the other teachers were making about $1,500 to $2,000 a week. And my rent went up, groceries went up, and they were getting high, and I had to make a choice. So it was sink or swim, baby. Just like when I lived in New Orleans and I was a sales rep selling oxygen and respiratory equipment. It was sink or swim. I had to either figure out how to be a great sales rep, or I had to leave the job and do something else. And I figured out how to be a great sales rep. And that's what happened. I don't want to quit teaching. And so I had to figure out how to sink or swim doing Lyft. So I figured out what areas to drive in. I figured out the best times to drive in. And it's awesome. So I swim, baby. I swim, okay? And so if you're wondering how I balance it all without crashing literally and mentally, stay tuned for part 2.